children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Be seated, be seated. Are you excited for the class?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure?
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you think we are going to study today?
About plants.
That means you have gone through your syllabus, right? So today we are going to study about plants. And you are studying in standard 6. Most of you understand about the structure and functions of living organisms. Are plants living, children, or dead ones? Today we are going to study about the first part, that is your flowering plants and non-flowering plants. See, I have brought some plants over here. Can you see them?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they green in color?
Yes,
Yes. This is one specific characteristics of plant. So, in a plant, what do we see? We see flowers. You like flowers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We do see flowers, and we also see that there are other plant bodies in it. We can see there is a flower,
Yes, ma'am.
there is a plant body. So, what do you think? Are there non-flowering plants around us as well?
Yes, ma'am.
We do see. So, this is a flowering plant. It is a small one. It's a flowering plant, and this is a non-flowering plant. Does not produce any flower at all. Got it? So, whenever you open your window very early in the morning, when you watch outside of your window, what do you see? You see a tree, a plant, or you may see some grasses. So today, in this chapter number 8, it deals with the structure and function of living organisms, that is your plants. Plants are living organisms. What is the importance of plants on this earth? Can anybody simply tell? You can tell.
Plants are essential for us because they produce us oxygen,
Yes.
they give us wood, basically.
Okay, so there are many things. They give us oxygen, they give us food. So today, we said, in this chapter, that is plants, we are going to study about the system that is present in the plants. Do you understand what is a system? Do you know what is a system, children? What is a system? Simply, sit and learn, sit and learn.
The working of the thing.
Anything that works in a systematic way is a system. Okay, anything that works systematically is a system. So when you see a plant, what do we observe? See here, in this plant, first what do we observe? You know, these are the roots. What is the color of roots?
Brown.
Brown in color. Okay. And this upper part consists of leaf, stem, sometimes even it contains branches. And if it is a flowering plant, it contains flower. But today, what we are going to study is about the system, that is the root system. You know, plants, they contain two systems. First, let me use the whiteboard. Let's see whether it is working. This is working. So, plant system consists of two things which is very essential. The first part and the second part, which is very important for the plant, that is your root system and your shoot system. Okay, what's the root? I'm just erasing it. I'm sorry for the spelling mistake. It consists of your shoot system. And shoot system is very important. Both of the systems are very, very important. Because root, what does it do? It takes or absorbs the water and mineral salts from the soil. The roots help in fixation of the plant. Any trees that you see around, tree is a part of the plant, is a plant. So what do the trees do? They, for their living space, they have these roots, and the roots absorb water and mineral salts. Okay, absorption is one process. So roots help in absorption. Okay, root helps in absorption. They help in fixation. Can you say trees or plants flying in the air? No, we have not seen flying in the air. Even though they are unicellular, we cannot see them. Is it not? So, root system main function is absorption and fixation. Okay. So, what do they absorb? They absorb the water and mineral salts from the soil, and it is very necessary for their living. Apart than that, what do they do? They also
provide extra support and
they provide extra support. You must have seen banyan tree, na? You must have seen banyan tree. Let us see that apart than absorption and fixation, what do the root system do? Because today specifically we are dealing with the root system. And let me tell you, the root system is divided into two types. That is your taproot and fibrous root. I will show you what it is. Yes. So, this is a quiz. Before I show you anything, you will have just to attempt this quiz. Let us see what you answer. Now you have understood what is the gist of this lesson, na? Structure and function of living organism plants. So when you are studying about the root system, we need to understand what it really asks or what is the necessity of having to study this root system. So let us play it.
About the root systems of plants. Roots only grow underground. Is this statement true or false?
Yes.
Select the correct option and click submit.
Yes. So roots, do they grow above the soil? Yes, this is one point. Roots grow where? Underground. So whether it is true or false?
True.
It is true. Roots only grow underground, is it true? Sure?
yes.
Okay, can you name? Okay, first let us do this. Whether it is true or false? False. Okay, let us submit it and see. They grow under the soil.
Generally grow downwards into the soil, but in certain cases, they grow downwards from the branches. For
See,
example,
this.
the banyan tree has area roots that grow downwards from its branches.
Okay, this is a banyan tree. We can see there are hanging roots. These roots are also called as prop roots. Okay, these roots are also called as prop roots. Why is it so? You know, banyan is a very huge tree. So what does it do? It may fall down because it has heavy branches. So it may just fall down, slide out. So in order to avoid that, the root system is made in such a way that there are hanging roots, and these hanging roots, with due course of time, what do? They go and fix themselves under the ground. And so they are also known as prop roots. So every time it need not be that all roots keep on growing downwards into the majority days. Roots grow downwards into the soil, but in some cases like this banyan tree, we can find that the branches of the tree also has extra roots, additional roots. They are also called additional roots. Okay, let's go with the next question.
Which of these functions is not performed by the root?
I already told
Select the
you.
correct option and click submit.
I already told you that it helps for absorption of water and minerals. Only one property I have told you. Now you have been studying from the lower classes. So let us relate that with this question. Now this one of these functions is not performed by the root. What do you think it would be? Do you go with store food? There are some roots that store food. Or do you go with transportation of water? It is not. Does it make food? It does not make food. So you should go with the thing which is not performed by the root. The last one is anchoring. Anchoring means fixation. So with whom we will go with the third part? Sure? So let's take it out. This is the wrong option which is given, and it was our duty to find it out. See, roots do not make
Do
food.
not make food.
Yes.
All the other functions can be performed by plant roots.
So roots do not make food. Root do not make food, and all the other functions can be performed by plant roots. Okay, except making food. Who makes food, children? The leaves. That's why leaves are green in color. Leaves also help in preparation of food by the process of
Photosynthesis.
everything is linked with each other. Is it not? Let us go with the next question. If there is no question. Okay. So now this root system is very essential for the plant. You know, in the root system there are two types. Let us continue with this. The root system is of two types. Okay. So the root system specifically is divided into two types. I told you what it is. If I have not said, just listen and remember. It is made up of tap roots. Okay? It is a system. And you know what is the speciality of tap roots? They are single roots coming down from a seed, or it is coming out from the base of stem. Okay? And the second one is your fibrous roots. Okay, so here with me I do have a plant with a tap root. You can see there is a single thick root in with it. Anna? So this is the tap root. And here I also have another plant. You can see there are so many roots. If you see it very clearly from here, you can find there are so many roots with it. So this is fibrous root. Did you get something? Yes. Tap root is a single root. Fibrous root are bunch of roots all together. Alright now? So this is the difference. And in tall trees, there are trees like mango tree, jackfruit tree. All of these are trees. And so what do they? They contain the tap root. Okay? They contain the tap root. Whereas your fibrous root, just like this one, it consists of so many roots at a time. You know there are some pulses. Okay? And these pulses, when you plant them in the soil, you can get a bunch of roots. And what is the main difference? Tap root consists of a single root with many secondary roots, small roots here and there. And in fibrous root, you can find a bunch of roots which, where you cannot find which is the original root in that. And most of the fibrous roots are of different types. Before this, showing this with your smart board, I have already shown you about that crop roots. Yes. So that is the secondary root, or you can say fibrous root. There are many roots in that. So tap root and fibrous root, they form the root system of the plant. And to be more specific, here I have simply brought to you a picture which is made by some of the students earlier. This is the difference. Taproot is very thick, you can see. Taproot is very thick. Anna? It has so many secondary roots besides that. Whereas a fibrous root, there are so many roots all looking similar to each other. So whenever you see the roots, with this you can get an idea. Can you give a very simple example of a taproot where you have seen, except the name of the things that I have mentioned right now in the class, where you use it for your daily life. A root which you love to eat. Carrot. Yes. What is the color of carrot? Yes, carrot is orange in color. So it is a taproot. With it, other similar examples are your radish, beetroot, the root which is a taproot. So they are edible. That means I am directly, indirectly pointing out towards the functions of root, except absorption and fixation. What are the later modifications of root? What I am indicating is about modifications of root. Okay. Okay. So in previous book will come to, but first let us study about the modification of root. These are the beautiful pictures. We have already got it in our textbook. But when you see them live on the screen or you see it live on your fingers, you can understand it more better. So here we can find what is the color of the carrot. It is of other colors also. Not white, but it's not perfectly orange. It depends upon season because these days carrots are available throughout the year. So orange color, sometimes it is little peachish orange. Okay, yes. These are, you might have guessed it, these are stilt roots. Okay, these stilt roots, they help in supporting the plant just like we have prop roots. You can see hanging roots coming down to the soil. So they are been fixing the plant not to fly away with the air. It's fixed in the ground. And this also, there is a type of root. You know what is that flower which is very costly? Or saffron. These are generally used in marriage places and all. It keeps hanging in the air. Okay, let's move on. So these roots are present on the branches of a tree. Does not belong to that tree. So they are extra modifications that are present in the plant body. There are hanging roots. The flowers are very beautiful. They do not have any scent, but because of their color, they are attracted towards the plant. So what is the main thing we are covering here is that there are some modifications of root which are very essential for us to know, because till now generally we have an idea that roots help in fixation, root helps in absorption, and also there is one more thing about these roots, that they do not allow the top layer of the soil to be washed away. Generally when we have heavy rains, what happens? The rain washes away the top layer of the soil. So this is somewhere linked also with the pattern of erosion of soil. So when roots are many, the soil erosion is not there. Alright? Yes. So now let us little bit go through. Have you seen a parasitic root? I will ask you, ma'am, what are parasitic roots? I have often told you when you were studying in the previous in the lower class. I have already told you that parasitic roots are those roots which they suck the food and water and mineral salts from other plants. So they are parasites. The parasites, what do? They depend and suck the food material from other living bodies, thereby killing them. Okay, now you will be surprised now how these roots are killing other roots. Okay, before going into that matter, just let us have a look into the modifications of these roots.
Roots undergo structural and functional modifications for food storage and certain special functions. Modified taproots for storage have characteristic shapes. The conical roots are broad at the base and taper towards the apex.
Let us see, children. Okay, so what did it say? It said that it is a conical root. The best example it gave was carrot. So carrots are fat at the top. Okay, they are fat at the top, but when they taper down, they are very slender. Okay, so let us draw a beautiful diagram here. Even you can draw. I hope it looks like a carrot. Yes, you liked it? How many of you love to eat carrots? Everybody. It is helpful for which vitamin? Which vitamin?
A.
Vitamin A. That means you are saved, isn't it? Yes, carrots are good in vitamin A. So this is the example of your conical root. Okay. The top part is little broader and the lower part is very slender. Okay, next, let us see which root does it show.
The fusiform roots are swollen in the middle and taper towards the base and apex. The
This is a conical root, and let us do another one. We talked about radish. So, do you think radish and carrot are brother and sister? Only there is a color difference. Had there would not be any color change, then it would look similar, na? But one thing is there, as we saw that the roots are very broader at the top and slender at this. When we are talking about radish, what type of root did it say? It is fusiform root. So you should remember, children. Okay. Let me use. Yes.
What is fusiform root?
Yes. Fusiform root. See. Yes. Please sit down. So it is somewhat this way. If you see a radish, it is thick. It is thick. In the middle, this is thick at the top and this is thick in the middle. Okay. The middle part is fat. Here the top part is fat. And here it is thin at the top and at the lower it is also slender. So we take it as fusiform. Okay. Conical root, fusiform root. Last. Here. This is, by the picture, can you guess what is this? This is a beetroot. It is a beetroot, right? Let us see what
fusiform
is
roots
it.
are spherical and have a narrow and tapering apex. At the
Okay. So let us continue with that.
Nutaceous roots are modified for storage in the form of simple tuberous roots, as seen in sweet potato, nodulose roots, as in turmeric, and fasciculated tuberous roots, as seen in dahlia. Roots also modified for providing support to the growing plant.
So you have studied now about the main thing is you have studied about conical and fusiform. So you can differentiate between both of them. When you see the beetroot, what do you find? Beetroots are very thick, somewhat, if I am not wrong. Yes? Yes? Is it looking good? Yes. This is what type of root? Napiform. Okay. So if this is there or not there, no problem. Huh? So these roots are very essential. So most of these roots, what is their main thing? In this modification of root, what did you learn? That these are helpful for dash of food.
For the storage of food.
Right. These are helpful for storage of food. So roots only are not only for absorption and fixation, they also help for storage of food. So I think most of it is found in our kitchen, at our home. Yes. So little bit let us go to the rest part of the root system. Let us do this quiz. So just now I asked you, except for the absorption and fixation, you said that roots are helpful for the storage of food. Now, this question is for you, for the girls. Why do some plants have swollen roots? Yes. Is it for only support? Is it for storage, for respiration or absorption? Swollen roots. Swollen roots are for, just now we studied. Boys. Therefore,
Storage of foods.
okay, कोई बात नहीं. You will learn. Yes, there is a green symbol. So it is correct. Did you get it? Just now I said that some roots are swollen because they are helpful for storage of food. Okay, let's continue with the next question. Just now we discussed it. Yes? Be louder. Beat. Okay, let us go with beat. Let us submit and see. Right? But clap for yourself. Alright. Okay, next. This is presence of mind, children. Okay? We have discussed it earlier when starting the chapter we saw the roots are hanging from the branches of tree. So the root modified into trunk. Huh? Yes? It is the banyan tree. So now the girls are moving. So fast. Okay, so it's right. Third question is also right. Now the toss is for the boys. Now you will question me, ma'am, what are root nodules? Huh? Yes? What are root nodules? Any guesses?
Respiratory pores.
Are they respiratory pores? You know about nodes. Nodes are the main points in a branch where a leaf or a branch arises. Now what are root nodules? Okay, according to you, they are respiratory pores. Let us try. Let us try. Shall we? Every answer that is question in a quiz may not be correct. Let us learn from something that is also it's not. Okay. Any second guess from the girls? Nodules are modified roots that contain. Sure. Carbohydrates. No. Last place. Water. That's also wrong. Actually, it is bacteria. Why I am telling you? You must have heard that there are some bacteria that is present in the soil which helps the fixation of nitrogen. This is new for you. The root nodules present in the roots of certain plants like your pea plant, okay, they are known as leguminous plants. So these leguminous plants, what do? They have bacteria in their roots. This bacteria absorbs the nitrogen from the atmosphere and what do? They prepare food for the plants to be present in the soil in the form of nitrates. Remember, it's a very small thing but sometimes we do get confused. Okay, so the root nodules, they are the modified roots. They are pleasantly seen in leguminous plants. Leguminous plants consist of pulses and all of these things. And so, what do? They capture the nitrogen from the atmosphere, fix it up directly into the soil. And that, how do they fix it? In the form of nitrates. And you know very well that nitrates are a form of minerals. So roots absorb the minerals. So in these minerals you got 1 point. It also consists of nitrates. Okay? Yes. Let's go with the last question of the quiz. Yeah. It's a very beautiful root, not something different. You must be saying that. Yes. Observe the image X. Identify the structure marked X. I cannot see where the structure is marked. Is it visible for you? Yes, where it is? Okay. Looking at the structure marked X, can you say what type of root it may be? Yes, spin it and say. Epiphytic root. Sure. Yeah. Let's try. No. Yes. Sit and say. Yes. Stilt root. Last yes. Respiratory. Correct. A clap for her. So respiratory root is because it is why it is because it keeps hanging and most of the roots are inside the water. You can see it is inside the water. So some roots also breathe. That is why they are said to be known as your respiratory roots. So the root system is very unique, and because of it, a plant can survive. When you cut down the branch of a tree and put it in the water, what happens? It can survive for hardly 1 to 2 days. Then after that, when time goes by, it does not look fresh anymore. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed the class. Specifically, so this root system indeed has helped the plant, and the modifications present in the root defines that the root is one of the precious parts of the plant, whether it is flowering plant, whether it is a non-flowering plant, and both of them form the important system of the plant. Thank you very much for being in the class and responding positively.